If you have something to share that you can put your love into, and it doesn't seem to be something that would generate much income, don't let that stop you. Because when you allow the flow of your love into expression, everything that's necessary to its fulfillment and yours will accompany it, will show up. Because your extending of love cannot deplete you, because you are love. That's why it doesn't need to be set up in a barter system or a paying system. I'll love you for $50 an hour. I will extend my love. I will extend what I love being for $3.50 a copy, you see. But if you will not put a charge, if you will not put a price on the extension of that which you can put your love into, and you do it with trust, and you do it without practicing doubt, you will find that your needs are being met. This is the truth. And the way the needs are met may not apparently have any connection whatsoever with the gift you're giving. And it may. I'm going to put it in real basic terms here. There will always be somebody who knows a little bit less than you. There's always somebody whom you know more than. There will always be someone that you know more than. That means you have something to give that the other one needs. There will always be others who know more than you do, who therefore can share with you what you need. It doesn't matter whether you have as good a gift to give as someone else. Someone else has a better gift. They should probably give it and not me. Not true. You have a gift to give because there are others whom you know more than. Paul is having trouble with that language. And so I encourage you to share with those who don't know as much yet. Extend it and be meaningful in their lives. And do it because it lets your love out into expression. That might put you at a feeling of loss because I haven't identified a career, a job description, a job title. But you know what? You know what's wonderful? Is that when you don't operate under a job description, when you're not bound by a job description, the utter originality of your gift can find expression and be met with response and receipt. And because you're not living out a job description, but you're living out you, and you're making a gift of you, it's much more significant to the receiver of the gift. Each of you is at one and the same time identical and unique. Each of you are the full expression of God. But God is infinitely individualized, infinitely expressed. And so each of you is unique. But your uniqueness doesn't separate you. Your uniqueness, however, adds to the breadth and the scope and the spectrum of all that God is, and enriches every part of what God is. How much more wonderful for you to make a gift of you than to make a gift that is described by a job description in some manual. When you make the gift of yourself, you honor yourself, and you open the door for others to value and honor you as well. And this mutual honoring means more than the apparent honoring that you would get for having a job description and then getting paid $3.50 per item for fulfilling that job description. I'm going to put it this way: the divine economy is full of the warmth of love and not the bitterness of leveraging and control that is inseparable from doing things for money.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hands? On the sofa here.
Good afternoon, Raj.
Good afternoon.
As you may or may not know, I've been trying to formulate this question for about a week and a half, and I still can't put it together. But it's because I feel like I want to ask an all-inclusive question that'll include all the elements of the, what I think are the elements of the problem. So I'll only acknowledge the issues which I feel are coming, and seemingly so maybe you can bring them together and give me some resolve. It seems like my economics have come to a point where I now have to close down my house. It's been 18 months since I've been alone, and this is something I really feel I need to go through, and I'm embracing that. But it seems to have come down to a point of a period of 60 days before, things are just going to run out, and I need to start on a trip that came to us, going to Europe and, being of service and so forth. And I'm faced with, what do I do with the house? I'm upside down in it financially. I can't sell it. I can't rent it for what it's worth or what I need. I know it'll be taken care of, but I don't know how. I'm concerned about what I need to be doing over this next period of time and still retain my peace as I go through this next valley. I promise not to pitch a tent any longer than I have to. I just want to walk on through. But also, career-wise, I seem to...
What-wise?
Career. There seems to be a great opportunity having opened for a lot of training in the areas of mediation and negotiations. I'm enjoying it. It seems to be cumulative for a lot of my life experiences. So I'm just finding myself wallowing in this opportunity. As Pogo said, this insurmountable opportunities around me. Can you give me any clarity, or just tell me to hold on to my board?
Well, the wave is moving on, isn't it? And your board is on the wave and you're riding it. You're on it and you're willing to stay with it, but there seem to be some loose ends. I remember inviting someone to accompany me in my work, and he said, well, I've got some family matters. Someone has passed on and we've got to take care of the funeral, etc. And he said, I said, let the dead bury the dead, follow thou me. In other words, leave the past alone, let it go. And I'm saying, you're at a point of moving on. It is a point of transition that you've already passed over, but you're trying to attend to some of the old stuff that you are no longer connected with. And I'm saying, let it go. To be very practical, in effect, let there be a voluntary repossession. Don't try to hold on to your assets that you can't hold on to. Let them go without a second thought and stay with the wave of the movement that is occurring. Oh, I know you're trying to be very respectable in the way you handle things, and you don't want others, especially your family, to doubt you or confront you with how they think you ought to have handled it. You've caught the wave. Stay with it. Don't let yourself be bound by the past. You're moving in the right direction, I will tell you that. You know what? Assets, when they no longer are assets, when they are no longer fulfilling purpose, become millstones. Find someone to give it away to. But let it go.
Can I ask for that person to come into my life to fulfill that function? Or will it have, I guess, I feel like I need to do everything I can and yet not push on the string. Just follow. And I'm not clear. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I feel like I've been down that road and I don't want to do it again if I don't have to. If my whole issue is to give up, does it serve purpose again to walk through that one? I don't know. I didn't get it the first time, obviously, or maybe I did, and I'm here again to learn a new lesson. It's unclear, but I.
What is it you walked through once already?
Well, I feel like I've saved the house 3 times. And now I'm faced with a 4th time to try to save it, if you will. And it's fed me well. It's done me well. It's gotten me through many dark nights. And I just feel like there ought to be a more appropriate resolve than walking away from it and letting it fall around me. I don't know, maybe not. I'm not playing yes, but.
Then pursue doing it some other way than walking away. It's not irresponsible to walk away. Unless you want to serve some sort of ideal rather than the wave that is the movement of God in your life. What are you going to save it for? Right. And when I say walk away, I mean, don't carry anything about it forward with you. Let everything about it slip from your shoulders. The more weight you try to pull behind you as the wave carries you forward, the greater the stress is on you. The harder the ride, which is supposed to be full of joy, is going to be. Stay in the now.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I'm not as comfortable as I'd hoped I'd be.
An asset that no longer fulfills purpose becomes a liability. When that happens, let it go. And dare to be happy about it. I'm not talking about doing something that's supposed to make you miserable. It's time to be free of it so that you can move on with freshness. So I'm going to say, live with that good news until it feels like good news.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
You see, I'm not here to tell you things that will make your ego feel good. I'm here to tell you the truth that heals, that transforms, that renews. And the renewing news is, let it go. Stop carrying the past forward with you when it doesn't fit. Okay.
Thank you.
Opening up to God's love, which transforms and reforms and renews, has one inevitable effect, and that is that it unruts you. It breaks old habits, some of which you love, some of which you have become very comfortable with, some of which are like old friends to you. But let me tell you, that's what renewal is about. It is the replacement of the old. It's the replacement of that which isn't serving purpose, no matter how much of a friend that thing or that habit has become with you. if you look around the room, there's really no one here that is 18 or 19 years old. Which is too bad because they could hear what I'm saying in many respects. The reason I'm bringing this up is that all of you need to become more like 18-year-olds. You need to dare to be more explorative, more courageous, more willing to try new things, more willing to do things you've not done before, you see. You know, when there's a road with ruts in it, the ruts are only in two places on the road. All the rest of the road has no ruts in it. If you get out of a rut, you're on smooth ground, you see? But the potential is there to go someplace different. If you stay in the ruts where it's rough, you're not likely to accidentally have a new experience, are you? So you can feel safe if you'd like to avoid new experiences. Well, stop being old. I'm not just saying this to you. Stop behaving old. Question. The lady, Judy, on the floor.
Thank you. My question is about something that's been happening to me when I meditate. A couple of things is that something happens with my ears, and also things in the room pop and make noise, like they're releasing. Like my kitchen cupboards, when I sit down to meditate in the living room, the wood on the kitchen cupboards just has a field day. Like it just starts making all this noise. So I'm just curious about that.
It's very simple, really. When your energy has dynamics of tension to it, your environment responds. Mind you, this does not mean you're causative or creative. And when your energy calms down, your environment does as well. It's a shame it doesn't work the other way around, so that it begins to pop as you're beginning to become tense, and you would be able to use it as a signal to relax. Your peace blesses everything. And I'm just going to touch briefly on this. It's important for all of you to honor your environment by seeing to it that you allow into it only that which is supportive of your peace. The saying is, your home is your castle. Your home is your castle. It's the word your that is important, not the word castle. It's your space to govern. It's your space in which to be king or queen. It's the one place you have where you can determine what's going to be there and what isn't. It's the one place where you can say, I will not have here that which constantly keeps me in a state of tension, or that which is constantly promoting frustration and defense and discomfort. And you all must honor yourself enough to surround yourself with that which is in support of your peace, because without your peace, you have no access to, well, you have no access to God's love. When you turn on the radio, when you turn on the TV, you are inviting into your house certain energy, certain education, certain teachings. Teachings of violence, teaching of horror, as well as teachings of love, teachings of the value of gentleness, and so on. You invite into your house teachings of sickness and the promotion of fear about sickness by the advertising of medicines to protect yourself against them, and so on. Watch what you are letting into your house and use that mute button. Or close the door, or ask someone to leave if they're not willing to provide what is of value to your peace of mind. It's very important. What you invite into your house and what you are willing to entertain in your home is as important as what you are willing to invite in and entertain inside the bubble, in your mental environment. Negative thoughts reinforce the shell. Thoughts that are in alignment with the truth weaken the shell. So everything that I have said about The inside and the outside of the bubble can be transferred to the environment you call your home. You can say no. And you use the word no too seldom. Oh, it won't. I don't even hear that stuff. Too much bother to flick the mute button. Yes, you hear it. Watch what you're feeding your mind. Watch what kind of images you are letting into your memory banks. Without images of fear, it's more difficult to engage fear. And therefore it's easier to access your peace. Well, yeah, but if the only thing I do is watch the news, I'm confronted with all of this horror, much less if I leave CNN on all day long. Well, I'll tell you what, don't watch any more of the news than you are able to watch and still bring healing to. And if the first 3 minutes of the news is so horrendous that it's going to take you 20 minutes to find your peace and the clarity that would help address the problem in a healing manner, then turn off the TV and spend the 20 minutes and bring healing to it. It is asinine to fill your mind with so much crap